Sorry guys about that. There are about 4 cars outside, so yeah. So the lady just loved me, guys. And then one day she comes to my house. She had a husband, but her husband was like a statue. Her husband was like someone who's just there to play husband role, to show people, because one thing I also picked, some women think that marriage is an achievement. You know that it's not a bad thing to get married. It's beautiful. Marriage is beautiful, a godly union. You understand? But in some spirituality, others would hold them just for dignity and presentation. So that husband for me was there to just play that part, but the lady had things she was doing in order to please what she had. Hey, now she comes, the husband, later on she calls me, I'm coming to you, where I am, like, I'm home, you know me, I don't move around. And then when she comes, wow, hey, that many years ago, a gold Toyota Fortuna, is it? It's a Fortuna, yes, Fortuna, whatever, wherever, however you pronounce it. If it's good for you, it works. So there comes a Fortuna, and here I am. I work, bruh. I work, sisters. I work. Hey. And here comes the OC, my dear. What car? Sure. She comes with a big car. And I drive metallic green Tez. Oh God. And when she comes in, I'm like, wow. Mind you, this is an uneducated woman who has never gone to an office. She's just in her field doing her soul. And when she comes in, she leaves her husband in the car. She sits with me. She's like, my child, I want to teach you things. We need to get out in order to work. I'm like, get out. Go where? Remember, I now know the basics of these things, how they operate. I've seen it. I've heard it. I'm now there. I'm just not there with action, but I'm there. I pay attention. I say, okay, my friend, uthi ngenzeni kwenzakalani? Athi mntana ngifuna siyolanda izinto. Uthi sikhona ukusebenza manje kufuneka imali. Nyamatana kumele ube nemali. Reminding me of my one and only Gobela. My trainer spoke money. I'm like, all right. What do you suggest? Where do you suggest we go? And why are we going? She's like, no, we are going for amatwas. I'm like, wow, amatwas. All right. What do we get for amatwas? She's like, no, man, mewufuna isipoko uzothatha isipoko. Mewufuna inyoka uzothatha inyoka. And please be careful. Mewuthatha isipoko, make sure ukuthi awuthatha isipoko esizokuhlanyela kusasa. I'm like, oh, so ziyahlanya sometimes. She's like, I'll tell you. Just give me a date when we can go. When you have money and you are ready, we can go. I think I stayed 3 months not talking to her about these things. She got angry and mad. She's like, you are not serious. She spoke these words in Sotho. I need to say them. Tell me if you don't want to go with me. You must know it's not like I am begging you. You must just say if you don't want to work with me. Alright. I was like, Coco, I'm busy. I'm always busy. I'll tell you, my heart was not yet ready to go and explore these things. And another thing about me is I'm this kind of person that will agree to myself, with myself, in order to do something. And I need to do something discreetly. I can do things discreetly, like I believe in doing something that I want to do for me alone. Even if it means I will land there, let me do it alone. Because things that have to do with crowds, for me, they're dangerous. So one day, I go to my Gobe level, my trainer. I would not do anything without telling her now. So I'm like, Baba, I want to explore. Like you said, we must grow. I want to get myself something for patience and amatwas. She's like, no problem, my child. You know I go as well. Go, but please don't take anything that will come and eat your family and children. I said, oh, thank you so much, Baba. I would really, really, excuse me, sorry about that, like I told you guys. She's like, please do not take anything that will come and eat your children and your family. Take anything, but just don't take anything that will come and finish your family, that will come and eat your children, that will come and eat all your family members. And I'm like, wow, so there are things like that. So, but it's okay. If you told me that I shouldn't take things like that, I'm sure they will explain to me. I went, going there, I went to first time. I went to Malawi. I traveled Malawi. Let me tell you about Malawi. Malawi has villages and villages that have kings. So, as a traditional healer, if I'm going to a village, easy for me to do, I can go to a king and a king will be able to direct me or give me permission to walk the place. With Malawi, I was not referred. There's no sangoma that said go to who, because it's dark per dark, nyanga per nyanga. You get a nyanga gets evil from another nyanga. It's like they support and work with each other when it comes to these things. So to Malawi, I went on my own trying to explore Malawi. One other reason that took me to Malawi is Malawi has a lot of trees, a lot of different plants. Vegetation that side is just so good. So I knew that herbs I'll get more in Malawi. Addition to that, the bonus to that is there's these things that I want. And I will go to Malawi. At first, I innocently went there because I wanted Sendawana. I went to Malawi. The first thing I did, take my ex-husband, take me to where you took my Gobe. Before going to deep villages, I said to him, take me to where you took my Gobe. My ex-husband took me to where he took my Gobe. I arrived there. Do you know an ordinary dirty guy, with a big shirt like that and walking bare feet? I mean, this person. And I'm like, oh, that's a sangoma. Yeah, okay. We went to him. He put, excuse me, I'm really sorry. Today I don't know what's happening, but we just have to continue, friends. And now we meet this guy. We get to his shrine. A mad house without a door, with is it thatch? What do they call it? Why do I forget? Grass roof. I forgot what they call it. Yeah. And the grass is like, the place is got, you can, the see-throughs, I can see outside. So we are sitting on a bench behind, the frame of the door. It's a bit dark. I think on his door there were clothes and a lot of things that you would think is a door, but it was not a door. So we are sitting right behind that on a bench. When we walked in, we just went straight to sit without proper checking and everything. So we sat there. My ex-husband is sitting right next to me and I'm sitting here. So as I was sitting, the man is sitting down on the floor, right on the floor. So as I was sitting, I look around. I'm seeing a very scary shrine, and the shrine is right where the graves are. So I'm just looking around, and he's laughing. Remember, I do not know Chichewa well. That time I could not even speak Chichewa. I could not say even a word of Shewa. Chichewa, Malawian language, I could not hear anything. So I relied on my ex-husband to explain things to me. So this traditional healer is sitting down there because he sees, I don't know how he was seeing, because he was busy working on his muti down, and I'm busy looking around, looking around. I'm trying to see, hey, this is a scary place, there's nothing much there, but it's a bit scary, dark and scary. So he's laughing, and he's asking my ex-husband, Amwen, Nkazwanu uyu? He's like, my brother, hey, your wife. He's like, your wife, I can see she's scared. Because there's something caught my attention in that shrine. I looked up, there was a cloth. My friend, a string, a cloth cut in a string, You take a white cloth, cut it, it's a string. So there was a string. It's like tied up. I'm really sorry about these dogs. It's like it's tied up. When I look at the string, it's a string. I look down. When I look up, it's a snake. I'm looking at my husband. Is he seeing what I'm seeing? Does this man see what I'm seeing? So I'm uncomfortable, very uncomfortable and scared. I was not this type that would get scared. Fear to me was like, honestly, but some uncomfortability, because like, what's happening here? A snake, a cloth. Am I hallucinating? What's happening? I stopped being paranoid. I looked at this man with a very serious face now. And then he was like, ask your wife. She should not be scared. These things happen. I can also give her. He can give me a cloth that turns into a snake. No. Madala did not come for that. I came here for Sendawana. Only. Tell me about Sendawana. Let me vamoose. I did not come here to get any snake that turns into what's this, Because in Malawi, yes, there's a lot of witchcraft. But Malawians know a lot of magic. Just like in Ghana, just like in other countries, In Malawi, they use too much magic, And This man was now introducing me to some kind of magic that I did not know and I did not want, you know. And he told me more about Sendawana. He educated me about Sendawana. He gave me a lot of muti, you know, and said, go, you bring back my money. With regards to Sendawana, he said, go, because you are saying you came to Malawi with public transport. Go, when you come with your car. Because Sendawana, you will not be able to carry it to South Africa with public. What happens if you take your Sendawana and inside the bus or the plane, there is a pregnant woman? That woman's pregnancy will be aborted, you know, she will miscarry. Sendawana causes a lot of chaos from point A to point Z if it's taken away. What I will do is I will give you muti that I already mixed to give you things that you want to happen. And I must tell you, unlike your Kobela and the dangers that she wanted, I can see you are still a pure Sangoma. And I want you to rest and take care of my brother. I don't want you to overwork yourself, because if I do certain things, you will work and not sleep. People will come to your house 3 a.m. and probably leave around 3 a.m. again. So you will not rest. He asked my husband, do you want your wife to be overworked? And my husband said, no, I don't want. So he gave me herbs. Ne? One thing I want to tell you, my friend, that man's herbs came in, if you know, capsules, in containers like capsules, small things. And he said, when you use them in just a pinch. Trust my herbs, they work. Herbs were different. Anything I wanted, it was there, because I was seeing a lot of clients. There is one Madala that gave me a very, very powerful herb to mix with what I know, because his herbs, he was like, mix with what you know, what I give you with regards to a certain problem. Like any herb for taking out a criminal inside jail, this one. Any herb, if somebody comes, disrespect you, you want them to have madness, this one. He gave me a lot of different herbs that I took along. You must remember, it was like me going to a pharmacy, you know. I'm a doctor and I give out prescriptions. So a doctor, I'm going to a pharmacy to take, you know, to add to what I know in order for me to give prescriptions or to give out, to dispense my own medicine. So that's how it happened. I went back home. People were waiting for Gogo to come back from Malawi, because every time they came, they knew, no, Gogo is not around. She went to Malawi. So I'm not a cold drink person. So a lot of people were waiting for Gogo to come and help with their problems. Gogo had a target. Gogo came back, Ubaba, you know, worked. I worked. I don't want to lie to you. I made money. You see, with regards to Ubunyanga, I made money. Ebunyangin, it's money, you know. So this, my friend that wanted me to go with her to Zimbabwe for ghosts, came back again. And she could see that I have my own patients. I don't have a problem. I'm working every day. I don't have a problem. I just want to grow and understand things. But I'm not yet that brave. Madala told me to go back to him with my car in order for me to get the Sendawana. because I cannot drive with this, I cannot drive publicly. I cannot be in a public transport with a sender one. It will cause havoc and chaos for other people. So I need to come back when I have my own car coming to collect my sendawana, because the sendawana has to be put inside a brick, and tied. It just has a lot of rules in order for you to take it from point A to point B. And even how you make it enter the house, it's got rules, So my aim was like, finish what you're doing, work with your clients, finish the cases that you have. Then after that, when you get time, talk to your ancestors, tell them that I am going again to fetch muti for you people, to be happy. Your pharmacy must be full, your people must be happy, Bokoko, because you communicate with Bokoko. When you have Ndumba, you don't have your you time. You have time for Bokoko. You always communicate. So this woman came back, the woman who wanted to go with me to get a ghost, and she comes and says, Nyamatan, let us go fetch these ghosts. You can either, because when you are concerned more about your husband, you can just take a woman and a man. When you take ghosts are like this. Let me drink of it. In Sangoma Hood, I told you, there are a lot of things. You can be a traditional healer that is working normally, ordinary like ours, probably have 4 or 5 patients per day, or 6 patients, and you don't want that, you want more. You can be a traditional healer that has nothing at all. You can be a traditional healer that has clients that want more. Like you have client business people that want their business to boom. So you go somewhere to get something in order to increase. So Magogo said to me, that lady who said I must accompany her to either Zimbabwe or Mozambique to get ghosts, so that I can get something for myself and grow, She's like, come, let's go to Zimbabwe to get ghosts. If you don't want, let's go back to Mozambique, because I've been to Mozambique. And I'm like, you've been to Mozambique and you still want more? So she's like, you can go get a ghost, but because you are concerned about your husband, don't take a single ghost. Take a ghost that is a couple, that will not trouble you. It will be easy for you to manage the ghosts. I'm like, oh, okay. And what do the ghost want in return? She was beating around the bushes, but she was telling me that the ghost will give you a lot of money. So my second trip to venture to another country was for me to get a ghost, because ghosts are not really troublesome. Because when you are given a ghost as a traditional healer, you can either take a ghost from your family or adopt from another family. A Nyanga from KZN or Mozambique can give you ghosts from the ghosts that they already have. Adopted spirits. This for me was just the beginning of excitement. Wow, Wonder World, Mystery World. I was ready for it. You must remember, I'm energetic, I'm young. There's nothing that I cannot stand as long as ekugcineni izongiphimale ngifuna little. So I'm really sorry about the noises and today's videos, ups and down. It happens. Me being in different places, it happens all the time. So I was now interested. I was like, she said Mozambique. She said yes. I said, what? Okay. Mozambique. I'm going to Mozambique. My Gobela spoke of Mozambique. This woman is telling me about Mozambique. Moreover, I'm from West Rand. We have a lot of Mozambicans. Let me get one Mozambican to come and talk to me, and let me consult my ancestors to ask them if they agree that I must journey to Mozambique. It took me 3 days waiting for a reply from my ancestors. Like I told you about subconscious. Then I was, my God directed me. No worries, from Mozambique, Muti you can take, because your Kobela, Mbande, meaning your Kobela's tribe, traditional tribe, a clan of Sangomas, a clan of her school, her initiation school, is from Swaziland and Mozambique. It's a combination of Shangani and Swazi. So you are within your origin. You are within, because you need to ask in order for Bokoko not to get angry. And in every journey that you go to, looking for these things to give you more powers, they always search your ancestors. They need to check from the root of your family. Where are you coming from? Who are you? And what are your dead elders, forefathers agreeing to? Because I can go and say I'm looking for a ghost, but my ancestors don't want ghosts. But if I say I want a snake, maybe they agree with snakes. If I want a mermaid, maybe they agree with mermaid. Inkosazana. So I was like, no, I'm going to Mozambique. As I was going to Mozambique, going to Mozambique to look for a certain powerful healer in Mozambique known as Mgoi. Take any Mozambican now, my friend, family, wherever you are, and ask them, who is Mgoi? Mgoi is so famous in Mozambique, known in Mozambique and outside border of Mozambique, because Mgoi is normal. Mgoi is a spirit that still works, but dead. My dear, it's not easy. I cannot detail more on what happens when you go to Mgoi's house. But Mgoi is a dead spirit, is a dead nyanga. Great nyanga in Mozambique. That still works, but ufile. Mgoi use Shai, a place called Shai in Mozambique. But this spirit still works. Another old man comes, and Mgoi comes out of that man's body. And Mgoi will talk to you. Mgoi will give you what you want. And you will be cleaning. In Mozambique, things happen. In Mozambique, you will sleep in a grave. In Mozambique, you will come back with a ghost. You can carry Mgoi spirit to where you are coming. All you want, you will get in Mozambique. Utashkoma leshushlavai for Mozambique. Remember, I'm a healer, yes. I'm hardened, yes. But I'm still in primary this time. Hi, we are going to Mgoi's house. I never travel alone. The only place I traveled to alone was Ghana, Zimbabwe, Lesotho. There are areas I went to alone, but in most cases, I was never alone. I always had people. Some of my clients would come asking for something, and I would, if I knew that I'm either traveling and what they wanted was beyond me, I would tell them that I'm going where you can go with me there. So this one time, as we were going, it was not only me. We were like two with 2 guys, you know. Because Mozambique I went to Mozambique this time with 2 guys, and then the other time I went 3 guys. The other time I went to Mozambique, I went with another lady, and I've traveled to Mozambique. So this time around I'm with 2 men, not just boys, men, but men that were they were business people, and they wanted more, and I could not give them that. So I went with these men to Mozambique. We we first said, let us not try Mugoi first. Let's go somewhere else. Another healer. One thing about Mozambique is Nyangas in Mozambique will know when you are coming. Because when you cross the border of the border gate of Komati Port, even some cops there, once you say, I'm going to Chai, they'll be like, Gogo, what are you going to do in Chai? Or your toilet, you know, are you going to get money rituals, things? Mozambique is known for that, you know. Mozambique is certain parts, Shai, Nova Mamboni. Ask any Mozambican about Nova Mamboni. Most traditional healers are going to Nova Mamboni. Some, they go there to train and grow their Ndawe spirits, because they originate, you know, in Mozambique, they're Ndawe people. So when you want to grow, that's where we would go and grow and learn more about the origin of the spirit that trouble us. Why do they come out of us? It's because abantu bokhamba, abantu bendlela, you know. The Ndawe people are people that used to travel, and along the way they died, you know, far from home. So those spirits, when they come, they are water spirits, because they are spirits that were travelers. They are spirits that did not have maybe their homes in places that they died. And as we know, these spirits sit and stay in rivers, in the mountains, different places, but they are water spirits, marine spirits. You understand? So Amandao, that is why you see Sangomas, when they have that, their spirits, yeah, they come out, and then when he wants to go back, they will say, it's like, go back, you know, go back to the rivers, go back to the mountains, go back to the, go back to where you are staying, go back. So in Mozambique, guys, different departments of witchcraft. We get to Mungoi's place, we get to this other healer's place, and then when I get to this other healer's place, I am instructed, because I'm a healer, these are just my clients, you know, they also need help. When I get there, I'm instructed as a healer that I will sleep inside the grave. The grave that I will sleep in, it's like a room, you know. You go down, you get inside the grave, but it's like a room. On the door, there's a head of a person, you know, and the head has a tongue out like this. A head, human head, dead head, on the door of the grave. You get inside that, you know, you would clean as a healer. You will be cleaning there, speaking what you want. When you get out, when they say it's your time out, or you want to go get something outside, everything is done timely. You just don't do anything you want. I will go to that head and do this with saliva and put on that tongue and put it here on me and go out. Dead person's head. Me sleeping inside the grave, cleaning, talking, asking the spirits of that place, asking this head, asking this dead person to give me everything I want. If I want this dead person to go with me, I'll ask this person, accompany me there. there are things that I need there. Please go with me. This person will go with me. This person will become my problem. This person will become my baby. And this person will work. If you want to return this person, you come back orderly. You follow rituals. Those to others are bizarre, but at that time, for me, those were baby things that one could do to get powers, to get clients, to get amatwasa. You understand? Those were just basics of evil. Those were just the beginning of evil. Me taking the spirit of somebody else was nothing. It's me going, follow my rules, do the thing, stay with the spirit, follow the rules that I agreed on and the terms of having him. You understand? Making him happy. When he turns after a certain time, this is what you give to him. Deeper and deeper, I was getting into these things. Give you what you want, but at the same time, there are terms. You just can't take someone's spirit and remain like that. You know, there are terms, and terms get you tired. And when they get you tired, because you said he must come, give you clients, give you amatwasa, you understand? Because you will be doing he's unseen to others. You see him, you know him, he's your baby, he came for you, he'll give you what you want, others will not see him. And when you will obey the terms. If he wants you to be his wife for a certain night, you'll be his wife. If he wants you to give him women in order for him to sleep with him, you will give him. So, my dear, it was the beginning for me. It was just the beginning for me. I went to Mozambique. I took what I took, went back with it, obeyed the rules, get what I want. If I felt, but this is not working for me, I'm not happy with you, you are demanding. At the same time, I cannot give you every time everything you want. And when I don't give you what you want, you become a hazard to me. Because once you take a ghost, if you don't give a ghost what the ghost wants, ghosts have a lot of rules. The place must be extremely clean. You must spend time with your ghost. It's your pet. You know, after a certain time, mega jigger. So if you cannot give them what they want, they tend to become chaotic. So you go back to Mozambique because you still have energy, you still have money. You go back and you return. I'm just saying, this time I'm going with 3 guys. And when we arrive at Ngoi's place, we slept in a place that I can see outside on the floor. We were waiting to come see Ngoi the following day. Something in me said, no, you are not going to take Ngoi. Because Ngoi will kill you if you fail to obey the rules. Ngoi will cause havoc. If you take the spirit of Ngoi for maybe someone stole things from you, and you go take the spirit of Ngoi, you tell Ngoi, you know, when you go there and ask I came here to request you to come with me to my house. Somebody stole my stuff. Maybe somebody stole your car. Maybe somebody stole your TV. Maybe somebody stole your money, you know, or maybe somebody stole, let's say, your radio. You shouldn't just say somebody stole my radio, my car, my TV, and money. You must say somebody stole my cars. Somebody stole my TVs. Somebody stole. You must add whatever you tell him. It must be more in order for this ghost not to get tired, not to get bored, not to get lonely after returning whatever was stolen from you. Because once he is done returning your TV, your car, your couch or your radio, he gets bored. He has done his mission. If he doesn't have a lot of work to do anymore, he will start becoming distraction in your own house. You and him are partners in crime. If you want clients, remember you have a ghost. He goes to manipulate people for you. You mix your herbs in order, you mix your herbs to draw people, because Sangomas do it though. Come rain, come shine, they burn essence, made her essence, lockdowns are ibandla to draw crowd. They do it, and that essence, I don't know how to call it, essence, whatever, how you name it. That ball that is made of different herbs, that draw attention. If those things don't work for you, now your ghost becomes that. Whatever you do, he has an input. He helps you add in whatever you want to do. He draws crowds for you. So this is where I'm now saying manipulation. Because clients come not in their right senses, but manipulated by evil. I'm staying with a ghost. I'm staying with a snake, Mamlambo. I can't even talk about Mamlambo because everybody thinks that Mamlambo is... No. I'm staying with this king of a river, king of a mountain, Inyoka, And this Inyoka's duty is to give me what I want. I'm married to it. Me and him, we are one. And he did not come to my house to come and just be a snake. He came to my house, or she came to my house to do and give me what I want. So he draws attention. He gives me wealth because I went asking for wealth. I went asking for amatwasa. I went asking for patience. I went asking for cars. I went asking for power. I went asking for, there are traditional healers for umhlatlos. Umhlatlos is those who will sit like this and tell you your name, tell you your surname, tell you your whatever. They are in them. They are being told by these ghosts in them. Sometimes they are not in them. They are put inside e-goop. E-goop, you see sangomas with butternuts, containers. Inside there, voices come. Unespoke. A butternut doesn't speak now. Where did it start speaking? They have added. They have added to what they have. They have graduated from the little evil they knew. They are now big evil. You hear them, where has learned that? Sometimes the ghost, you cannot hear, my dear. It's not married to you. You are not its part. You are just sitting there inside the shrine. But I have my ghost, and he will be here. Sometimes I take someone that loves me. From my family, if my uncle loved me, I can take my uncle's spirit. Ngimvuse. Gimenzi gona lam. Isgoop. That butternut. And my uncle will be telling me things here. This one yesterday ate KFC. This one. They stole a car. My uncle, remember, I know him. I hear him. I see him. You don't. I'm manipulating you. I am now manipulating you. I have a snake. I hear it. You don't. You don't see it. I see it. Because we are going to go deeper on different kinds of these type of evil powers that sangomas get, and how people mistake these snakes that you see sangomas carrying foolishly like that, and you fall for it because you think it's powerful. Let me tell you, A snake of darkness cannot be seen. Don't be manipulated by people going to pet shops to buy pets. A python, small, big, whatever, you can buy from a pet shop. You can buy a snake from a reptile store, and then they'll train you on what to do. A snake is a snake. You can hold a snake and play with a snake, no matter how big it is. Just, black people must also visit zoos. They must visit. You see, this trending thing of celebrities have snakes, and people were holding snakes like this. Can't you see that people are showing that it's pet snakes? You see some gomas with a big snake, and you're like, he's powerful. He's got a snake. Let me tell you, my dear, snakes of darkness cannot be seen. They are seen by their owners. Not unless the owner commands it to come out. Or the owner has broken rules. Now it wants to show itself. So, my sweetheart, I was getting there. I was looking for this. My aim was to go there, give out my womb as a sacrifice. I should not have more children and get what I want and go. This was just the beginning of my payment. As long as my children, living family, will not be eaten. Hey, Mzala, this is just the beginning. We'll talk more about it, my friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I'm not saying these things to tell somebody that whatever you're doing is evil, is wrong. No, I'm here telling my story. Remember that. I'm here giving you my story, my own life. I bear marks, friends. Next time I'll wear something like this just to show you the marks that I was getting along these journeys. It's not easy. Some spirits are not of God. Tested them. What am I saying to somebody today? I don't know. In my language, we say "tulaniborit baba." What the idiom says is simply this: some things you will see them like beautiful fruits, only to eat. When you eat it, it's bitter. It's not nice inside. There are things that are portrayed as beautiful and good, but the truth of it is they are not. They are deadly. So whatever you do, my dear friends, please think about it. Seek the face of the Creator. Ask the one that gave you life if whatever you want to do is of Him. Because if truly these things were as good as it's portrayed, manipulation wouldn't be needed. Do you know how painful it is for someone to find themselves in an initiation school that only has a snake that's drawing students for that gobela? Do you know how painful it is and satanic and demonic it is for someone to find themselves loving to go to consult, spending money, being in debt, only to maintain the love for seeing and trying, crying to a sangoma who has a manipulation object, something they have that is drawing clients and crowns for them. Let us ask ourselves if these things, they operate from the Spirit of God. We must ask ourselves questions. We continue on our next episode. Thank you so much, family, for subscribing. I love you so much. May God bless you. Bye.